Hey guys, it's your girl, this Nurse Pris, and coming at you are some useful tips that will help you pass this NCLEX examination. Okay guys, so what you need to know about me: I'm a nurse. I've been a registered nurse since 2016, and in 2016 is when I wrote this NCLEX examination. During the time I was writing the NCLEX, there has been 1 year previous that was required to write this test, and before that, NCLEX wasn't a requirement. This NCLEX was pretty new, and it's still kind of new, and I feel like there's not enough information for Canadian nurses out there that helps us to understand what this test is about and what to study for. So what I'm going to do is give you some tips, useful tips I used, and help you guys prepare for that test so you guys can be, you know, that A+, A1 nurse. Tip number 1, very important tip. Please, please, please book that test in advance, and once you book that test, don't change it. So after you finish your schooling and you get that, yes, you have passed, you are done, and you are out of that undergrad program, you are going to get an authorization to test email. And once you get that email, you're going to fill out some information about yourself, and it's going to give you that go ahead to book that test. Very important tip: book that test, and once you book that test, leave it. Don't go back again. Just book that test and don't worry about it. So what I did, I kind of knew, you know, how I was as a student, and I gave myself 2 months. I feel like 2 months is an appropriate amount of time to study for that test at a good rate. 6 weeks, 2 months. If you want to go, I don't know, 10 weeks, that's max I feel like you should do. Once you have booked that test, you can start studying, the best part. Okay, so studying. You have to give yourself a schedule, and please plan it out. Make a chart, make a graph, get an agenda book, set that schedule. You need a schedule to be successful. You can't just be sitting around like, you know what, today is a good day to study. No, you gotta know what you're gonna do. So get that plan out. If you like, there's plans out there that people have already made. Go online, Google it, pull it out, and use it for yourself. If you can tweak it and make it better for you, whatever you wanna do. But have a schedule and set that schedule into place, you know what I mean? So it's not like, you know, today I feel like using the schedule, and then the next day comes, what schedule? No, that's your schedule. Use your schedule, okay? Okay, so once you have a schedule, you're gonna need some resources to help you study. So what I thought was useful was 3 things. Number 1, Hurst package, or Hurst video package. You can find a way to buy this online, and it's basically a self kind of directed tool that gives you videos of the different systems in nursing, and it goes through each system with videos. Also, the next thing I found very useful was the Saunders NCLEX prep tool. It's a book. There's always a new version, you know, every year, you know, books, they always come with the latest version, but don't matter. Get a version of that book and use it. I'll show you how I use it very shortly. And then the third thing I got was Uworld. Uworld's a bit different. Uworld is a questionnaire kind of based thing. It gives you multiple choice questions, and basically it's kind of mimics the NCLEX in a way that you kind of get that challenging kind of questions, same style, same kind of wording as NCLEX, and it really prepares you for that. So how did I use these 3 resources to help me study? First, I went through the Hurst video one by one. So if one day I did Reno, if I felt like I don't understand what I'm watching, then I went to Saunders. I only used Saunders to kind of give me that extra hump of knowledge. If I really understood the information, there was no point of me going to Saunders. I didn't have time for that. Okay, so I went through the Hurst videos and then used Saunders as basically to help me gain more knowledge on something that I didn't know really well. So once I finished all the Hurst videos, I then went through the Hurst videos not once, but twice. I went back to the Hurst videos, and after I finished the Hurst video, I would then test myself using Uworld. Uworld's cool in a way that it kind of generates tests any way you choose. Basically, if you wanted to make a test about maternity, you select that, and you can select how many questions you want. Let's say I want 30 questions, I select that, and then bang, my test was generated. I went through my test, and when you were finished with that test, it gave you kind of how well you did. So what I did was gave myself basically a kind of a target. My target was 70%. If I hit 70%, that means, yeah, I got this, you know. If I hit below 70%, I would then have to go back, watch the videos again, go through my notes, and try it again. So after I finished the subject area, I then generated questions that were just random and kept going through these random questions till basically I was done this question bank. And that was it. Basically, that's all I did to study. 3 resources: Hurst videos, Saunders, and Uworld. That's it. So I hope you guys can use this, use the same kind of approach I did, or kind of tweak it a bit to make it a little bit more, you know, appropriate for your study needs. Okay guys, thanks for watching this video. It's your girl, this nurse Chris, and I'm signing out. You guys can always like, subscribe, send this to your friends if you guys want, and you never know, there may be more videos coming at you.